was 15 years ago today that I walked out of federal prison at 42. I was free, but I had no idea what life was going to look like. I had to live in a halfway house for the first 6 weeks or so, and I got up every morning to go work a job, something I hadn't done since I was 16 years old. I lost everything financially before I went in, and I had to live in a halfway house for the first 6 weeks. I had no money, no credit, and no car. My marriage felt like it was hanging on by a thread. My confidence, my identity, and sense of purpose were gone, so I did what I could. I took it one day at a time. I spent almost a decade comparing myself to who I was before prison. Back then, I owned a very successful appraisal firm. Like a lot of men, though, I tied my identity to what I did for a living. So when that was gone, I honestly didn't know who I was anymore. I remember my dad telling me once after he retired that he felt like he had lost his identity now that he wasn't Dr. Cloward anymore. I didn't get it at the time until I was finally that guy with a successful real estate firm no more. There was a lot of years where I felt stuck and I was waiting for things to fall into place or some big opportunity to show up or hire the right manager. No one was coming to save me. I had tried different businesses, had some wins, but never felt much passion for what I was doing. I thought about helping people out of prison or struggling with addiction, but I just didn't have the confidence to go for it. The truth is, I didn't want to spend my life doing something just to make money that I didn't enjoy doing. It took me almost a decade to realize that no one was coming to save me. Everything I had or that I didn't have was the result of nobody's choices but mine. And if I wanted a new future, I'd have to build it myself brick by brick. It's easy to forget the time it took to build the business I had. If I could talk to that guy when I was 42, I'd tell him, find something you genuinely enjoy, something that helps people that you can make money doing. And then don't be afraid to ask for help or learn from somebody who's walked the same walk, been down similar circumstances. Taking ownership changed everything. Once I stopped waiting and started taking responsibility, things shifted. I built a business back up. I put in the work on my marriage. My wife and I have been married for just 35 years this last June. We spent a long time just coexisting, but I learned you don't have to settle for that. You can work for something better in your relationship and in what you do for a living. We've got 5 kids, and now we've got 5 grandkids, and a life that I'm so grateful for every single day. The details matter, but what matters most is that I made it happen and that I didn't do it alone. I reached out. I invested in mentors and coaches, and I leaned on people who had been through similar trials. So if you're feeling stuck, lost, doing something you don't enjoy or like, no one understands what you're dealing with. I promise you, you're not alone. There are a lot of us out here who have had to start over, question everything, and fight for that life that means something. Don't wait for someone else to fix it. No one's coming to save you. Own your story, find your people, and don't be afraid to reach out for help. It's not easy, but it's possible, and it sure as hell is worth it.